Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
What's up? It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always,
I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Lydia, aka Mama Lou. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome back. Woo!
So it's
Three's Company again.
Exactly.
Three's Company.
The day we were recording, it is the coronation of
King Charles.
That's right.
King Charles, yes.
King Charles. Boo. Okay, I'm just gonna say it for everyone. But okay. God bless if you like him. But I'm hashtag Princess Diana. But
well,
okay.
She's not.
I know. You know,
I don't really care either way. Good for you. I feel like it's kind of like a split vote on things.
Yeah, I know. That's just my line in the sand. I don't like, but it's okay because I don't have to like because I live in Canada. Even though technically we're still part of the Commonwealth, but
kind of. It's not like he has any sort of like.
I'm not like super into it like a lot of people who are waking up like 4 a.m. But whatever floats your boat, right? Whatever you like, it's all good.
Canada should become a republic, but whatever. That's just my opinion.
I feel like it's more ceremonial. I'm just concerned that if they're going to start putting his face on our money, I don't want that.
Well, you're going to see it. He's going to be like, "Hello, Chinzia. Would you like a $5? Would you like a $10?" You're like, "Get out of here!" God.
So will he be on all the money or just $20 bill?
No, all of it.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I don't know though, because for $10 bills, we don't have.
Because I thought Queen Elizabeth was on the 20.
I feel like we've been putting like prominent Canadians on our bills recently.
Yeah.
I feel like if anything, he might be on coins.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, maybe he'll be on
coin. Makes more sense, like a toonie or something. That always has the Queen's face.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Because when she passed away, they made those commemorative toonies.
The goth toonies. They were the best. I never got a goth toonie, but I wanted one.
Because the $5 bill is not this. It was Queen Elizabeth on the $5 bill. I don't remember.
No, it was
Oh, Wilfred, St. Wilfred Laurier. St. Wilfred!
Spock, you're
not
fine.
St. Wilfred.
Spock.
Yeah, that's Wilfred Laurier.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The first Prime Minister of Canada.
I just pay the money. I don't really.
Yeah, I don't really look at it, to be honest.
Mostly I do more online banking now and just like, so really the amount of actual cash in my hands.
It's true.
It's like easy come, easy go when it is.
Yeah,
there, so
exactly.
Like I don't really see it that often, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
speaking of brutish stuff.
Oh, what did we do today?
Not
today, but what did we do last week on Wednesday?
I thought we were just talking about it because this was the day. I didn't realize that this was
No, I got you, Lydia. I understood.
When you mentioned that right before we started, I was like, oh, why is it British Day? And I was like, oh, okay. Sorry, I'm dumb, everyone.
It's okay.
No.
Okay. You're not dumb. You're adorable. Okay.
Just a pretty face, guys.
Take us into it, Chinzia.
Well, my friends, what would you arguably say is one of the biggest British boy bands of at least the last 15 years?
I was going to say Beatles.
I was going to say of all time. I'm like, let's not go back that far. And I know Beatles
One Direction.
Thank you, Sophia. Yes. So as we know, they have all gone off in their own directions.
Sorry. I was going to say, let me put the mic where they can... Sorry.
Microphone.
There you go. Okay.
So they've kind of done their own directions. They're kind of doing their own things right now.
Their own directions.
Obviously, Harry is probably one of the more successful. I feel like Niall is also very high up.
Harry is the David Bowie of our time.
Some would say that, yeah.
That's how it would be me. But okay, please continue.
And then Zayn did some solos. I think they've all kind of done solo stuff.
Except for Louis. I don't know
if Louis is doing something. I think I saw it scroll. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, this has nothing to do with them. It has to do with Niall, who is one of my favorite.
Niall.
My little Irish Niall.
On Wednesday, May 3rd.
Right, I forgot he's Irish. So the British thing probably wasn't exactly, he probably doesn't like that. But not that he's listening to our podcast.
Anyways, I digress. So last week, I guess the week before, all of the radio stations started being like, "Ooh, win a secret meet and greet with Niall Horan," and you're like, "Oh, okay."
This is
So
a
like
really weird
iHeartRadio was
thing.
doing it.
The Kingston radio.
Yes, so like chorus radio stations, and then even Rogers were like, "Oh, okay." So we're like, but he doesn't have anything happening right now.
Did your radio station do anything?
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
Move did.
Oh.
We did in obviously because Bounce Radio does not play his music, but
Right.
Move Niagara did.
Yeah, sorry, Shinda, you're whispering a lot. Why? Is it a
I'm
secret?
not. It's not. Hello, everyone. Is
Okay,
this
okay.
a better volume?
Okay, so when I said Shinzia, did your radio station do it? Say it into the microphone.
We did not because Bounce Radio does not play Niall Horan because
Okay.
it plays 80s, 90s, and early 2000s.
Ah, okay.
But Move Radio in Niagara Falls did have a contest going. So they were doing some iHeartRadio sessions and they were flying people in or whatever. So you could have a meet and greet with Niall and sit in
Flying people in. Oh,
some
sheesh.
concerts, something. So it's like a very small event. We did not have a lot of people. I don't know if we did the fly-in or if we just did passes or whatever. But anyways, so iHeart did their thing on the 2nd, which was the Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
And then on the Wednesday in the morning, he did stuff with Kiss 92, which is Rogers radio station. So they
All
did
right.
their stuff. And then in the afternoon, they were doing stuff with Chorus, which is Energy 95.3 and The Beat and on Fresh Radio and all that stuff. Anyways, so after everybody had all these competitions to win,
Mhm.
we obviously did not win. We all entered, or I
Yeah.
entered. I
Yeah.
sent you guys the links. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
I
entered.
entered.
Okay, so we did not win. But then, oh my God, I forgot this mouse was wireless. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry. Shall I present the
Yes,
share the
please.
screen?
Present away.
I'm just going to go entire window. Is that okay?
Sure, I guess.
Or not?
That may be just the tab. Yeah.
Tab.
just the
Okay.
tab.
So Energy's like, oh, hey, did you not get it? Cool. We have this cool thing.
Da, da, da,
Is this the
da.
one? That is not the one I wanted to
Well,
share.
it is.
Okay, anyways, it says, didn't win to see Niall Horan? Don't worry, we got you. Join Energy on May 3rd at 5:45 for a free open to the public special performance
At Sugar Beach
at Sugar Beach. So let me
in Toronto.
yes, in Toronto. Okay, hold on. This is the actual thing. Okay, so it said it was going to be Sugar Beach, which is 25 Dockside Drive, Toronto, 5:45 to 6:30 p.m.
Mhm.
So you're like, okay, he'll be there for 45
Which is
minutes.
like 5 blocks away from my work because I work
Yes, there you
downtown Toronto.
So it's free, blah, blah, blah. This is amazing. Niall Horan is coming to Toronto to play a special show, but it wouldn't be a party without you.
Woo!
Join Energy 95.3 on Wednesday, May 3rd at 5:45 for a free open to the public Sugar Beach session. Grab some friends, throw on your Niall Horan merch, and join us for this intimate performance from the Irish superstar. His new album, The Show, comes out June 9th. Pre-order here. Okay.
I think it's very interesting that Niall has the show and then the Jonas Brothers has the album.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are the new albums coming out. So we will definitely be reviewing definitely the Jonas Brothers album. I guess probably the Niall one too, if you guys want us to. So leave a comment if you want us to review the Niall album, The Show, in June. But for now, so anyway, so we're like, okay, because it was just very random that he was coming to Toronto at this time.
Super random.
Because
yeah.
he doesn't have
Yeah.
a show coming up. I guess he's just promoting the pre-order.
Yeah, I guess.
That seems to be the thing. I
Yeah.
also got, and he just released a song last week called Meltdown. So I guess maybe he was kind of like doing a little bit of a promo for the Meltdown song as well. So, which has a really nice meaning. It's about like, you know, if you're like, you're going to be there like for your friends type thing. It's a good song.
It's a nice message.
Yes. So I also just got a message the other day. I can show you how to pre-order.
If you click on the thing, it says share this one instead.
Where?
Did you end up pre-ordering?
Click on the tab.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. It doesn't do it. Never mind. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. I thought it.
Sorry.
did.
Niall official store. Here we go.
Sorry. This is gorgeous, by the way. If we could just take a minute to look at this gorgeous man.
Gorgeous man.
Like there's like a marquee of like him doing stuff. I don't
So
know.
for those who are just listening and not
So
watching,
cute.
it's like he's playing guitar. He's just with his
Like
beautiful blue eyes.
He's got there's like
green eyes.
photo
She
shoot.
has like a smoldering look,
So
yeah.
it just says like the show, and he's
a waving
there's
through the window of the
shadows,
show.
laughing.
Candid moments. It's a
looking
good
around.
it's a good marquee of videos.
He's got his little scruff
On
going
the
on
chair,
there.
waving a little bit.
looking pensive out the window.
So
get outta
that's
here.
like the show, like you're at the barber shop almost, it looked like, probably, maybe.
So anyways, there you go. So gazing
I don't
off
know.
into the distance.
I
Okay.
mean, like the things that you want to see men doing. You know, you're like, oh, that's hacked.
So
Pensive looking is hacked.
Okay,
Anyways,
so the
please
website
continue.
that we
Smolder,
are-
right? Smolder.
Yeah, smolder. Get out of here. Men can do that so good.
Okay, so this is just on a loop because I feel
Sorry,
like
yeah,
we
it's
saw
on a
this
loop.
part.
It's already-
Anyway, so
yeah,
it says
you've seen
so the
everything.
website we are on is shopca.niallhoran.com. So it has a bunch of collector sets. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I looked at the price and was like, Jesus.
That's not
Is it more than
Jesus.
100?
Yes. So there are limited edition things going on right now. So there's the show collector's edition window box set, which it does come with a bunch of things.
There
It
are a
appears
lot of
to come with
things.
like a box, a CD, possibly an
LP.
album, possibly some lyric. I don't know. Does
Yeah,
it
okay,
say?
we'll click on it.
Collect your show vinyl in this exclusive stand-up case built to house all vinyl variants and choose your favorite cover artwork to display beneath the box's printed window. So you get a 32-page book. You get cloudy golden 12-inch vinyl with handwritten letter print. So obviously he's not handwriting all of these. He's written it once and they've photocopied. A box set exclusive, the show tote bag, a clamshell window box, and each vinyl copy of the show includes randomly selected 5x8 print of a letter handwritten by Niall about a song, and you're allowed to get 4 of them. And it also has the track listing. It looks like there'll be 10 songs.
Does it say the price there?
So that is $109.99.
I mean,
wow.
Like you are getting a lot of stuff. There's also one for only $69, which is the Natural Photo T-shirt and CD box set. So you get a CD, a wallet CD, a limited edition box, and a T-shirt for $70.
That's kind of shit. I mean, I don't care about a box, but okay.
Yes. And you have the long sleeve shirt,
Ew.
which seems to have the track listing and it has cute little hearts on the sleeves. $75 with the CD.
That's
And a
fun. It's
box.
almost like you're there.
A signed CD wallet is $60. Why is this so cheap?
Oh, it's sold out.
It's sold out, but it was
How much is it?
$15.99.
Maybe everyone's like, oh, this is a cheap one. Let's just buy this.
Signed art card.
Like
Canadian
actually
customers only, limit 4 per customer. So okay, so this is the
Alright.
Canadian website. So I
Okay.
don't know if there's that's pretty cheap.
I mean,
I'm
that
like
was- alright.
that I would pay more for. I'm like, but,
Yeah.
then we got a hoodie and CD for $120, a shirt, CD,
and the box.
and the box. Sorry, can't forget all these boxes
Oh
for
my God.
$70.
What are you gonna do with that
A
box?
crew neck.
Is that
shirt.
maybe to put the CDs inside?
It is going to be delivered in this box.
Yeah,
guys, so
probably.
there you go.
Oh.
So then we have a crew neck, which has a full color picture of
I
Niall
mean,
on the
all
back.
right. I mean, there's good variety
but
of.
that's $115.
Okay.
So it's like you're getting a CD. Essentially, you're getting a CD, a box, and some
Shirt.
sort of garment.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're going to a concert, it's going to cost you like $50, $60. So I don't think this is like out of control pricing
No, I know.
for like concerts and stuff. But I also feel like having worked in a
garment printing
a
factory.
place that makes customized shirts, these do not cost a lot to make,
No.
especially if you
And the
money.
shipping to Canada.
Yes, and then the shipping is on top of that. This
Yeah.
is the Canada store, so hopefully there's no like
To be additionally fair,
yes,
musicians make most of their money off merch and not off the actual album.
Yes, yes.
So I mean, I get it. It's like
All
neither here nor there. Okay.
So they have
Yeah.
an exclusive cloudy golden vinyl. So if you want to just get the record by itself, it's $40.
Records are coming back, baby.
The
Everyone's loving
regular-
them.
Yeah, that's a big deal now.
And
Again.
it has a different cover. He's wearing
Slightly
white
different
socks
shirts.
with shoes, and is like it's a black and white picture. So that one is $40. If you want the regular one, which looks like the CD, it's $38. The exclusive CD zine. Okay, I'm gonna click on that because I'm curious. That's $29.
I think it has like.
So it has a 32-page The Show zine. So I guess it's like a magazine with the CD, including never before behind the scenes photos from making the album, photo shoots, music video shoots, and more. But I'm sure somebody will take a picture. It looks like it
cute.
has some handwritten lyrics and stuff.
Oh,
So
that's sweet. All
cute,
right.
not crazy expensive, but you know,
Yeah,
still
It's all right.
$30. 7-inch record is $21.
Ones, right?
CD single of Just Meltdown is $8. So that's like in line with. They also, for some reason, are now selling cassette tapes.
Jesus, our cassette's coming back now.
Cassettes are
Wow,
coming back.
how old are we, eh?
Good thing we still have our Fisher Price tape recorder.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right. Yes. $17.99.
Wow.
Just the CD, just the regular CD by itself, $15.99, and then the single for Heaven is $7.99. So it's not crazy pricing. It's not great pricing.
Yeah.
I love Niall, but not like enough to spend $115.
I know, no offense, Niall.
But if you are a fan and you want to wear one of like a hoodie or whatever, then yeah, what the hell? Like I know I have spent on Backstreet Boys hoodie like what $85 to $100 on a hoodie. So
I've spent
a hoodie
some-
and
I'm
CD
currently
for
wearing a
100.
Backstreet Boy hoodie.
You are wearing a
Yes,
Backstreet
from
Boys
the Las
hoodie.
Vegas tour.
From the Las Vegas. Yes.
Yes.
So,
I'm trying to stretch it out because I'm too fat.
again, I know mine.
I'm like,
isn't that.
eh.
But okay, so not crazy pricing.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you're
yeah.
real in the grand scheme.
Yeah,
of
I mean,
things.
it's okay. It's okay.
But,
I've
you
seen
know,
worse.
I've seen worse, and whatever. If you're a fan, whatever. Wear
God
what
bless.
you want to wear.
God
You
bless.
do you know?
You do you. So
Why not?
that's the Canadian site. I don't know if other have different stuff on the other stores, but anyways, neither here nor there. So anyways, Niall's in
Yeah.
town. He's kind of promoting this album, pre-orders, all this jazz, whatever. I don't believe he has a tour right now, but I'm going to assume that once it comes out, he will do some sort of tour.
I'm wondering if maybe he did this
just
be
to
like,
kind of like
do I
feel it
still have
out.
fans out there? And then people are, and then he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it could have just been that.
maybe not like selling out like, like stadiums, but
No, but at least
know.
like a smaller venue. or
yeah,
like
yeah.
OLG stage or whatever.
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
like
yeah,
5,000 people and stuff. So anyways, so there you go. So there you go. Niall was in town and we're like, all right,
We gotta go.
free. But here's where I started getting a little
Mm.
because and all the radio stations announced their winners on the Friday, and then they announced on Friday that this show was happening on Wednesday. And I was like, that's a lot of time to tell people
Yeah.
that this free show is happening.
Yeah.
Like
Thanks
if you
a
want to do a
lot.
free show and not have like a disaster zone that you maybe announce it the day before, like people are going to complain. People complain regardless.
I know.
Because people were complaining on the Energy Face, like, oh, we got to gatekeep this. Don't tell people. Like, we don't want a lot of people there, blah, 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 blah.
I know.
Only the true fans should come. You shouldn't be advertising this. And obviously they were.
Oh,
But obviously they're a
okay,
radio station. And,
yeah.
and
Duh.
how are you finding out? Like, that's not fair to the other people as well, right?
right. Totally.
So they advertised in advance, and I was just like, it's hard to know how many people are going to be at this event. Because I was like, again, you've given people plenty of notice, but it is on a Wednesday night, and a lot of people have school or jobs. It's at 5:45, which technically most workplaces usually finish at 5, but
So you got 15 minutes to run over there.
45.
Yeah, you're right.
But anyways, it's just like, okay, and it's in downtown Toronto, so there's always lots of people in downtown Toronto
Also
regardless.
traffic. Yeah.
It's also like
Tourists.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
it ended up being not on the same day as a Leafs game. Right?
Correct.
Game was the day before, because I feel like I feel like it
Tuesday.
would have just been like,
Like 3 people.
it's just like, but it had also been raining literally all week. So
oh,
Yeah,
all
it
week
was
had been
horrible. I was
And I
like,
was
what
like-
is this?
like the rain did not stop. And where Sugar Beach is right on the water, which I don't know if that makes a difference in rain, but I feel like when you're near the water and it's raining, it just feels more cold
Yeah.
and like miserable.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff.
yeah, exactly. And Sugar Beach is called Sugar Beach because it's beside
A sugar factory.
Sugar Factory.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
industrial harbor area.
It is very industrial.
It's fun.
But so somebody, I think I actually was Robin. She's like, oh, I thought it was at an actual beach. It's not a beach. It's a man-made beach. And it's not even a real beach because like a real beach, there's the sand and then the water, and then you just
swim.
walk in and swim. First of all, you're not swimming in Lake Ontario to begin with.
No.
But if you were,
You
you're
will
not.
grow another arm if you do.
I think you can though from the island, right?
Yeah. From the
can
island.
go
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
water, but where that is right there, it would be like a deep plunge. into
You
the
would take
water.
a ferry to the island.
Take a ferry to the
Yeah.
island, and then there's the nude beach there and stuff like that. So, yes. Anyway, so it's essentially the radio station. So Chorus Entertainment's head office is there. It's 25 Dockside Drive, and it's this giant 8-story building, all glass, all that stuff. The bottom level has the radio stations. And then there's like a little like cement area. There's some rocks. I don't know what the rocks are for.
They're so
Are they for
stupid.
like people to skateboard on?
I don't
or
know.
Just hang out.
It's not even a
Decoration. I have no
Might
idea.
just be decoration.
It's like a dune made out
or
of
people could just like
asphalt.
chill on this asphalt rock. I don't know. And then beside there's a beach. So there's like a sandy area with these giant like pink umbrellas that are like
Muskoka chairs.
and Muskoka
Yeah.
chairs. So you can just kind of like chill and stuff. So I'm thinking like this area is not a huge area.
No.
Like it's an okay for downtown Toronto. Sure, it's a pretty okay size.
There
But
could be like 3 condos on that thing.
but like
Yeah.
it's not a massive area. So I'm like, this area is small.
Mhm.
The radio stations are on the ground level. So like it, and out of that building, they actually only have rock stations. So they have Edge 102 and Q107. So they are not fans of Niall at all, but they figure, okay, he's in Toronto. This is the thing, and we're gonna have that because the stations that play his music are like Hamilton and Kingston and other stuff. So they're like, oh, or Kitchener. So no one's like near Toronto, but they're like, oh, we got to get on this because whatever, which is fine, whatever. So anyway, so we get, so Sophia got there first because you said it was a few minutes from your workplace.
Yeah, it's like 5 blocks away, so it was like about a 15-minute walk.
Yeah. So we almost didn't even go. We're just like, it's raining, it's gross. We're like, you know
I don't
what?
want to pay.
Content, let's go. Let's do
Mhm.
this. Why
Mhm.
not? So we ended up going. Yeah.
So when I was walking, there was like a lot of people going. So I was like, okay, obviously going in the right direction because look how many girls are going.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
if you ever were to get lost, just follow the girls. The fangirls will show you the way.
Fangirls, and we know that fangirls are always going to be there. So sorry, but the point I was trying to make is we didn't know how many people were going to be at this event because we know One Direction was huge, but it's been what 10, 11 years since they broke up.
I think so.
We know
Something like
Niall
that.
is still big. He's still doing stuff. I think he's a judge on I want to say The Voice.
Yeah, judge on The Voice. Yeah.
Okay, and stuff like that. So you know, like you haven't seen your boy band in years.
Yeah.
He's coming to town and it's a free show. So you know that there was going to be people calling in sick to work or just not coming, right?
Yeah.
But also the weather was shitty and you're like, and it was just very vague what was happening.
Yeah.
And whenever they do a radio station type thing, even though it says it's 45 minutes, we're like, there's no way he's putting on a 45-minute show.
Yeah.
Like
It's like 10
we're
minute show.
lucky if we get 3 songs because like whatever. Anyway, so Sophia gets there first. Lydia and I are drenched and get there as well.
And I share like a picture and then the video of like so many people there with all their umbrellas because it's pouring rain. It's like packed.
Did you put that on our Twitter or?
It's in I put it on Twitter. Yeah, I put it on Twitter.
Yes, so it's on. So if you're not following us, and you want to be up to date on boy band adventures near us, make sure that you follow Boy Band Break.
BOYBANDBREAK
On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, obviously, and other things. And we will put things up and we'll try to go live if we can, and we will tell you about things. So, so we get there, and Sophia was kind of like off to, and we had no idea where he was going to be performing because they have they had like 4 big like window bays that had these like pillars coming out of it, and we're like, there's too many people here to see what we're doing. So, Sophia was like close to the one window, so we're like, okay, so we were standing there, and then I said, okay, well, let me just go take a look to see if we can get a better vantage point. So I went out of the crowd to go look.
And Sophia and I were like, yeah, she's not coming.
Yeah, we were like, I don't think she's gonna come back. Like the people even more people started coming. That's the only reason why we thought that.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, whatever. So I looked around. I'm like, could kind of see like some lights in one of the windows, but then like I couldn't get onto the rock, and then I went around to the other side, and then you could kind of see it a little bit better from like the right hand side. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is a bit better. But again, we didn't know what window he was going to be at. And I haven't worked in that building in years, so I couldn't remember where the studios are.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I made it back to them, and they were doing a live. So we're like, okay, yeah, we're here in this crowd. But then it just started getting more and more packed. So Lydia, do you want to explain?
So then I had a panic attack, and I'm like, I need to leave immediately because 1, I'm a germaphobe, and 2, I haven't really been out of the house post-pandemic too much. So like I'm just like, get me out of here, right? So I had to like.
It was a lot of people. Like,
so I could definitely see the look of panic in Lydia's eyes. And
I was wearing
like,
a mask.
She's like, no, I'll just go by myself. We're like, no, we'll come out with you.
No, we're gonna come.
Literally at this point, no offense to us, but we're short. And we could not see shit anyways. We're just like surrounded in a crowd of people. So
and nothing was happening anyway.
nothing was happening.
They were
It was,
yelling at you like, put
down your umbrellas. Blah, blah, blah.
Like
So,
what? We're just gonna be fucking soaked? Like this sucks.
so at this point, it was probably about an hour to it was around 4:30-ish, 4:45. And we're like, okay, well, nothing's happening allegedly for at least 45 minutes. And we also know that they're never on time for these things.
Never.
So we're like, okay, Lydia, we'll just get you out because obviously we want to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got out and kind of like walked around, but it was like still too crowded. So we on the beach part,
Yeah.
we were like, okay. We were gonna do a bench, and then it was like wet and gross.
It was like, you know when like everyone sits on the bench, but there's one person space. And you're like, okay, well, I gotta squeeze between two people. I don't want to do that either.
yeah, exactly. Because like the ends were especially if you're feeling claustrophobic. You
Yeah,
wanna
it's
be
like, I
more
don't want to be like,
claustrophobic.
hello,
Hey,
stranger.
hello, stranger.
Yeah, no.
So Lydia set up under an umbrella on the beach part
Yeah.
because it was the only umbrella that had empty seats, but there was just a random weirdo man standing
like,
there.
guy, yeah. I'm like, is he here for the show? Is he looking for someone? I'm like, is this his house? It was just so bizarre. Anyways, but whatever. That's okay. I sat on the arm of the Muskoka chair. I wanted to turn around the Muskoka chair, but it was like so heavy and like deep in there. I'm like, it was like stuck. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just
And it
sit
was
down.
like soaked.
And it
so
was
it's not
facing
like
the
you
other
could
way of the concert. So I'm like, okay, this is something. But anyways,
I'm assuming it was chained.
they were
to it,
they were chained to there.
so you couldn't move the chair.
It
either.
was like I could move the chair, but like I would have had to have enlisted this man's help because it was a very heavy double chair, and I'm like, this man is just off in his own la la land. I don't want to bother him, so I'm like,
okay, understandable.
yeah.
Well, you could have told us. We would have helped.
Yeah,
you
but
with
he
it.
was like also leaning on the chair, so like I would have had to have talked to him, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to this man. I was watching some dogs fighting. It was funny. I'm like,
Who was
this
fighting?
is two dogs were like, so I'm like, this is adorable. On the live, you guys, I'm like, oh, here's the two dogs.
To pass the time, right? Like,
Yeah.
So-
My live, I gotta apologize, sucked, and they'll get into why in a moment.
So we made sure Lydia was okay. We tried to get up on the rock because we're like, okay, I think that's where he's gonna be. So there's this like big rock that's like halfway covered with people, but there's still some space. But it was now on the back side of the rock, like you're going down the hill.
Yeah.
But I don't think we would have saw anything anyways if we got up
like,
there.
so I, in my brilliance, I'm like, Sophia, you're athletic. She's like, oh, I don't want to go on this rock. We're gonna fall off. It's raining. So I was like,
I don't know. My shoes weren't like very. You know how you have running
No,
shoes
but
that can
traction.
grip on the rock? I don't know. I feel like my shoes weren't like very.
Yeah.
And it was like a very
Yeah.
solid rock, I would say. It has to be.
And then we were
Carried
having
all
a
those
hard
people.
time getting up, and then
So
all these people got up.
So I tried to get on, and I was like, okay, I can do this. As I tried to get on, because I wear flip-flops all the time,
Fucking flip flops in the rain.
it just like the shoes like slid so that my foot was like the shoe was, and I'm like, I'm about to break
Yeah.
my flip-flops.
But I
And
had
I
you.
went
I
on my
had your
shoes.
back.
So whatever. And this lovely lady on top was trying to help me up. I'm like, I just need to get down from this because I don't want to fall off.
Yeah.
And then I thought about just going barefoot on the rock because I,
mean,
feel like that would have
okay.
helped better, but also it's a rock and it's sharp and pointy.
Yeah.
And like,
And we got her
Downtown
off the
Toronto.
rock.
I got off the rock. Sophia then attempted and then was like, nope. I'm like, you have running shoes. She's like, nope. I'm not going to crack my head open on this
I'm
rock.
not. I also have to work in the morning. They're not going to care if I'm injured.
Yeah,
So we're like,
exactly.
all right. And then
you didn't climb the tree like everyone else. I'm like, why? I'm like, there's people in fucking trees. Are you serious?
did you film that?
If I was younger, I would have been like, sure, why not?
There was a
If it
guy in
wasn't
Maple Leaf
raining, I would've
jersey,
gone on.
like climbing around like a monkey. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Amazing. So
Yeah.
anyway, Sophia and I didn't go on the rock. We actually helped somebody else off the rock because she was like, oh, I'm falling. We're like, we got you, bud.
Aw.
Yes.
So then we kind of went around and we're like, you know what? Let's just go to the right side. We could see. And then like there were people up in the windows on like the second or third floor, like making us do the wave.
Oh,
Or they
I'm
wrote
like,
like
fuck you and your
Niall-
wave. It's cold out here, and you're in your little glass castle. Shut up.
yes. So they were up there. They had written Niall with a heart and post-it notes. And they were like, oh, whatever. And we're like, yeah, whatever. We're in the rain. You guys are nice and dry inside and probably hanging out with Niall.
Yeah,
But
right? I know.
Sorry, you're just a little bit quiet.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you keep whispering.
Sorry.
You're-
Sorry. We were out in the rain and we were kind of like, oh, yay, look at these people inside taking videos of us and making us do the wave. And we are just like, yeah, okay, whatever. You're probably hanging out with Niall and we're miserable here.
Yes.
So at this point, I'm like, do we bail? But I'm like, we're already here. We're already wet. Might as well.
Like we already like did it, right? Might as well. go to the end.
Yeah.
So we decided, okay, we'll just stay on this side. We have no idea which window he's going to be in. But, here's another thing. Here's a couple of things I would have done if I was doing an event to this thing.
Okay, please.
One,
Everyone gets a free hug.
No.
And a taco.
No. If you're going to have him performing at one of the window, erect a little bit of a stage.
Yeah,
and
that's
have him come
dumb.
out, even if you have to put a tent over him,
Yeah.
so that people can see him. Because the way that they did it, he was inside the studio, probably like 10 or 15 feet away from the edge.
Oh my
so
god.
unless you are directly in front of the window, you are
Seriously?
not seeing him.
Ugh.
And
In
yeah,
fact-
because people were up against the ledge.
Because
that
there was
they
like
have.
a ledge that they have. And I get it if it's like a small band or something like
Yeah.
that, okay, maybe 50 fans are going to be here, whatever. This is a member of one of the biggest boy bands of all time.
Yeah.
And that people are going to come. And you had hyped it all up
Yeah.
by trying to give away tickets. All these people were obsessed that they didn't get tickets. And then you're like, oh, just kidding. It's a free show.
Yeah.
There's so many things they did wrong, but they did
And then
not
they didn't
really
have speakers.
They didn't have security. They didn't. I thought they didn't have speakers, but when I looked back, they did. But the speakers were inside the studio, directly only facing forward. So again,
Yeah,
only
that
people
defeats
who
the
could-
purpose.
So all the people on the edges could not see nor hear.
No.
And the reason I say this is because Sophia and I were at the edge. So at 5:45, they started playing Niall songs, and we're like, oh. But you could only vaguely hear it. So we're like, oh, this sucks.
Because we were wondering why he wouldn't say like, "Hi, this
Hi.
is Niall" or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Hi,
So we're
Toronto.
Yeah.
I know, but we couldn't really hear. So we're like, oh,
Yeah, so I
okay,
was like,
this event
okay.
has started. So all we kept hearing were the girls, specifically right in front, singing
Yeah.
very loud and proud
Yeah.
along to his
Yeah.
songs.
There were some in the back too of us singing.
And then
as
there's
well.
some around us singing, but like for the most part, the crowd was kind of quiet. So it was like around the window, very loudly singing, random people. We had a couple girls beside us who knew all the words and stuff. Then I realized, holy shit, I'm a terrible fan because I
know.
don't know any of these songs.
Me too.
I literally only knew Slow Hands.
I
We
know
knew
Slow
Slow
Hands.
Hands.
Yeah.
We knew a couple of the other ones. And then a couple of them, you know how you can always kind of figure out what the song is going to say when it has
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yes.
stuff.
Highways and byways.
Yeah. So you're like, okay. I can do
Highways
this.
and byways. What? I don't know how that.
You
other-
know that song. That's a real song.
Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, so they're like singing these things. And we're like, okay. So then we're like, okay, well, we might as well go live because everyone had their cameras out.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, obviously he's there. We just can't see him.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
like,
was.
talk
Well,
about
the people on the rock like had their cameras
Yeah,
out
and
and
they're
they're
like,
laughing and having a good. Yeah. So okay,
So
then
like,
he's there.
Okay, he's obviously there because the people on the rock are filming him. People in the crowd are filming. Spoiler alert, everyone. He was not there. It was literally like, I would say probably about 40 minutes into this, the girl beside us says, my friend is on the other side, and she thinks it's just the radio station playing and that he's not actually there.
And we're like, oh my gosh.
We were kind of making jokes because we're like, oh, I don't even believe he's here. We haven't seen him. We haven't heard him. We can barely hear him, whatever. Yeah, turns out we were right. He was not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So during that time, he was actually doing interviews with announcers from like 91.5 The Beat and I think Energy or something. But like, if you're doing that now, I don't know if he was doing that in that room.
Mm.
So he may have, but if he was doing it within the room, why would they be playing his music? Because there's 3 studios there. So I'm pretty sure
One
he
would
was
think they would be broadcasting the interview that is happening.
Yeah. So if you're going
Yes.
to do that,
Or
like,
even
broadcast-
let us know that he's doing interviews. He's coming out soon.
Like a host would have been like, "Hey everyone, thanks for coming out. Right now we're doing this. Everybody just chill." They yelled at us for turning
They
on our
yelled?
fucking umbrellas, but they can't be like, "Hey, here's what's fucking happening."
But here's the thing:
Yeah.
is that they had like a megaphone or something, so nobody could hear shit. Because remember at the very
Yeah,
beginning,
I'm
we could
so
not
glad.
hear anything. So here's the thing: you are a media building.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
do this to. You have the equipment. You have the speakers. You have to.
Yeah, because they go
Maybe
on
if
site.
you don't have it set up for TV, you should have had something. But you should have speakers built into your building
Yeah,
just for the people
Yeah.
outside to listen.
but like they have
Yes.
a street team, right? Don't they have?
Like,
street
don't
teams?
you do this for a living? Like,
Yeah.
You are a media company and you're advertising a large event, which you know people are going to come. First of all, there were no barricades
Nope.
at all.
No.
I did not see one security guard there.
I just saw one, but
A one. Okay, so
who
Sophia
knows?
Like at the end though, whenever
we saw one ambulance on site. I'm going to read some of the tweets that mention this, but it's just like, you don't have anything. Like,
I don't even think the ambulance like was going to be there until the morning. Oh, somebody was like, yeah, we need an ambulance.
well,
for
because
this
already
event.
like in the morning, there was at least 50 fans already camped out. I'm going to just, oh, you know what? I'll read those afterwards. But anyway, so he was inside the whole time, which I get it. It was raining. So maybe it would have been different if it wasn't raining, but I honestly don't think so, because they would have had the plan to have a little stage outside.
Yeah.
They should have had speakers. So all these people are just literal miserable people standing for hours in the rain, hearing nothing.
Yeah.
So what had happened? So this girl had told us like, oh, I don't think he's even here. We're like, oh, okay. So we're just like laughing and we're like, this is ridiculous. So
like,
we were
what
in
do
the
we do?
crowd, but it was not super crushed. Like it was like a comfortable space. Like
it was breathable.
It was better than when you were there, Lydia. It wasn't that it was breathable. We didn't feel like we were like falling.
Yeah.
Listen, Sophia and I have been in many boy bands.
Yes.
I'm like in remission. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I'm in like a people got germs. You know, like
and you've always been against.
I've always been against germs, but even more so now that the pandemic happened. Fun times. Anyways,
okay. So anyway, so we're there, and then every once in a while, like when the music first started the first time, there was a rush. So we kind of like went up, and it was just like
we had to go up, or we would have been crushed.
We had been crushed. So we're like, okay, we did not put. We just like whatever. And then every once in a while, it would just randomly squish up a bit more.
So Chinty and I are like, what's going on? Why are they like
happening?
Up? Yeah.
And then
like are people leaving? Like what's happening?
And then you'd see like the parents with the little kids.
Yeah.
They're always the first to go because they're just like, this is whatever. I'm like, do not bring your children to an event like this. Like I love it, but do not put your kids in this, because a lot of people earlier I'd read some messages, people are trying to get closer and pretending it's because of the kids or whatever. Do not put your kids in a dangerous situation.
Don't use your kids. That's not nice.
And especially if you have multiple.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot in there. Stand at the back. Yeah, it sucks that they can't see, but neither can anybody else. But you don't want your kids crushed.
No.
So parents with kids started leaving. So we would just like slowly keep moving up. But again, it was not aggressive. We're like, whatever. And then at one point, there was like a chain of like 20, 30 girls that just came out. They were all holding hands and they like came out. But then I thought it was weird because after that large group left, there wasn't a lot of like movement up. And I'm like, I feel like if that many people just left, there should be like, So then I'm like, this is weird. So I looked to the side and I saw some people going in like against the building. I was like, Soph, I think there's like a spot against the building. She's like, I'm just going to stay here. I'm like, I'm going to go check it out. So I went out, and the way that, again, how it was set up, it's like, so it's a flat building, but it has pillars coming out every once in a while. There'd be like 4 window bays. So I'm just like literally walking around because people realized, oh, if I'm in this window bay, there's literally a column. I can't see shit anyways. So nobody was there anymore. So I feel like at the beginning they were, but they all just left. So I'm just like, all right. So I literally made it up to the window bay right beside, about halfway there. So I'm like, Soph, you better come. And then I looked, and then she was suddenly behind me.
Because I was like, okay, but people are still there, so she's not going to move up. So when I saw the message, I was like, okay, I'm going to move up then.
So we made it all the way up there. But at this point, there was no music happening at all. So we're like, is the event over? Is that why people were leaving? So then I hear this lady with like the softest voice ever. Everyone, please take. I'm going to not say
Kat Callahan.
Was it Kat Callahan?
Yeah.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Everyone, if you could just take one step back and just, I'm like, you people have never been to a boy band show before, because that line has never worked ever.
Nope.
So of course nobody moves.
Unless it's a boy bander themselves saying that.
Even then,
even then they're not. They're gonna go even closer to them.
So they're like, so then they're like, if you guys take a step back and promise to be respectful and calm, he'll come back. And then I was like, okay, lady. So I go, oh shit, he's not even here. So we're like, okay. So at this point, Sophia and I had made it to the front because there was just one man and he was just like, so we're like at the front of this column. So there's like the column, and then on the other side of the column is where the thing is. So we somehow kind of made it like into the crowd a little bit. Again, I would like to point out that we were not pushing or being aggressive. We were just calmly walking when there's spaces. Yes. So now we're there. So we're like, is he even here? And some people are like, no, he's not. Oh, I don't know. Can you see him? I don't know, blah, blah. So then finally he comes out. Again, we can't see him because he's still inside.
Yeah, at this point we still can't see him.
We hear the music starting and it sounds like an acoustic guitar.
Actual real music.
And we're like, okay, this sounds like not a track.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
So I just like, okay, I'm like, we're closer to Niall now. I still don't realize that he's actually there. But then I start looking at the people beside me. I'm like, oh shit, he's in the screen. And Sophia's like, he's in my screen. I was like, oh, he's in Sophia's screen.
Yes.
I'm short into the.
And then I was like, come closer.
So
he's
then I
right
kinda,
there.
went up, and then I was able to zoom in. So if you guys would like to see that, so it was on our Facebook Live. I did put it on our Boy Band Break YouTube page.
When we have a chat?
We do. Well, not a chat, but no, with everyone. We have it on our YouTube page. I'm just going to share that here. Okay, it has 534 views.
Woo!
So
That's pretty good.
no. Anyway, so you'll definitely see a lot of scalps, but I don't know if you can see this, guys.
Yeah,
but you can see Niall is there.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of arms, but so we did get to see him. So
At least
and then at one point they were like, move back so it's not dangerous. And then the girl behind me's like, let's get dangerous. And I'm like,
oh my God, it was
please do not get dangerous.
she was hilarious. She's like,
I do not want to die.
Yes.
Yeah, I do not want to die.
So we did get some. It's obviously not the best quality, but you can check it out. It's on Boy Band Break, and it's called Niall Horan, One Direction at Sugar Beach, Toronto, May 3rd, 2023, performing Meltdown. So that's the new single. So we had that. Then I thought he was done, and then he was still talking, and I was like, oh. So
it was gonna be done because he was saying thanks for coming to.
He's like, thanks for coming. Appreciate you.
Thanks
being
for your support
in this crap weather, and then whatever. So then that was kind of how that was. So yep. So Sophia and I did get to see Niall.
All in all, like from going from the back to the front within that like 30-minute time span, at least we saw him.
At least
I didn't even think we were gonna see him.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, he's not even here. Was what my thought was.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
So by me having a panic attack, it inadvertently helped you guys.
Well, yes and no, because he actually was on that window that Sophia had originally picked.
Really?
Was the window he was playing out of. He was on the far left. I had assumed he would have been in the center, but he was not. So,
dang.
But yes, we also would have been crushed at that point.
Probably.
Yes, it's all good.
It all worked out in the end.
Everything happens for a reason.
So we're like, success. We finally got to see him. There you go. And then it just kind of dispersed. So then we were leaving because they're like, okay, bye. Niall's leaving. And then Kat, I guess that was the Kat.
Kat Callahan, yeah.
She's like, okay, everyone, start dispersing, whatever. So
she said the ones on the left and right side go first, and then the people in the middle wait until everyone else has gone, because everyone's gonna be like a mad rush.
She was not saying this into a microphone, by the way. It's not that it would have mattered, but anyways. So then Sophia and I were like, fuck this, we're leaving. So then we would start leaving. And these girls were like, oh my God, we're almost at the front. And I felt so bad for them being like,
they were like, oh my God, look, we're so close. I'm like, oh my God, they don't know it's over.
I was like, okay, well, good luck, girls.
God bless. Wow.
So anyway, so there you go.
So much garbage left over.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize how much garbage they had.
Also, we saw a woodpecker, which was totally random.
I tried to take a picture, but then I couldn't figure out how to do it.
That was cool though.
It was not cool. I don't like birds.
No, to see the woodpecker, I never thought we would see one.
What do you
After a concert, even the woodpecker was excited to hear Niall.
Just click down.
Okay, sorry.
Just click down.
Click down.
Okay, I'm assuming that you're wanting.
I'm trying to go to our.
Please
Facebook
do
page.
this. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Our Facebook page.
There you go.
Sorry, I will share.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe it's like just a little bit quiet. I'm not sure.
Chinzy is being very quiet today for some reason.
I can't regulate my voice.
I don't think it's that. I think maybe the microphone is a little bit far. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe when you're sideways, it's getting quiet. I'm not sure.
We'll just move closer to each other.
Here, I'll project.
Okay, so I'll do a quick little picture. Here we are at Sugar Beach. Before in the crowd.
We are soaked. If you're not watching,
we've only been there.
We're like a drowned rats.
This is the crowd. There's a man yawning very largely.
Yeah. Chorus Key, is that what it's called?
It's Chorus Key.
Chorus.
Okay. Stop whispering.
Chorus Key.
Thank you. Okay.
There's the picture of the Niall post-it notes and the lady.
You're good. You're good. Don't worry.
The YMCA backwards.
Yes, I work
Here's some random, I don't know if they live there or they're construction workers just watching.
That's a good spot.
That would be a good spot.
Yes. So this is how far back Sophia and I started. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, we're 4.5 window panes back. Like this man made a selfie stick out of his umbrella.
Brilliant.
Very impressive. Everyone
Very
was like,
impressive.
Good job, buddy.
Yes.
There is proof that there was a speaker. It just was
Oh,
not
okay. Yes.
doing anything.
I thought there was not at all.
It was a
There's
lot.
the crowd.
Yeah.
These people all up are on top of this giant rock.
That mound. So
Yep.
dumb.
There is a man, no idea. I don't know if he's Niall's manager or
Maybe he's from the
bodyguard.
radio station helping.
Could be
I don't
from
know.
the radio station. I don't know. This is when we were almost at the front. So this pillar here is the other side. Is where this man in the red jacket was just standing there. I don't know if he was with anyone.
Yeah.
There's just some pictures of the crowd, and there's us afterwards.
That was me and my little
Yes,
place.
this was Lydia at Sugar Beach. So there's like a little beach. At the
And I
chair.
was holding all everyone's bags.
Lydia
It
was in charge
great.
of all the bags.
Yes.
Good job.
Big helper.
Thank
Very
you.
helpful that I had to carry my
Yay.
purse.
Yes.
All right.
Because my back was hurting without carrying
I
any
know.
bags. So
I
I,
know.
was like, okay.
And then every time I was like, "Oh, where's my bag?" It almost felt like I'm missing something.
There's an orange.
Yes,
This is
always.
the tree that the woodpecker went into. But anyways,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of
People
garbage.
were
So
climbing
much
trees. It
garbage.
was crazy.
Look at all this shit.
Yeah.
But there was nice people. They started to clean up their stuff, so that was good.
These people
of them.
are actually cleaning the garbage up.
Yeah.
That's them.
Everyone else left their stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to turn the picture around.
Look how
There you
cute
go.
we are.
Yay.
So cute.
Yay!
We're cold, we're wet, but we're still
But we
smiling.
did it. You know, we did it.
Yes. So there's that. So okay. So you said I could go to
Louder.
different tabs,
Yes.
and it'll just say
Yeah.
share this tab instead.
Yes. Louder.
Okay, so now I'm just going to share some people's experiences.
Yes.
So I was looking on Twitter. So this person called Avery Lowe at AV333333RY. So it says, my experience at the Free Toronto Niall Horan concert at Sugar Beach caused me to have my first bad panic attack in months.
Oh my God, me too. Me
See?
too,
So not-
Avery.
Yeah,
Whatever.
see, yeah.
This is the same for many others there. NRG, Fresh Radio, and Universal Music need to take accountability instead of posting like nothing bad happened.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Thanks,
They
Avery.
should at least like say something, yeah.
Do you want me to read this one?
Okay, hold on, I'm just trying to find it.
Oh wow. Oh, I love when people
Okay,
this.
do you want to read the notes, Lydia?
Yeah, I'll read the notes. So after a little bit of thought, I decided, like many others, talk about their experience at the Niall Horan free concert held by Energy 95.3 at Sugar Beach. My friend and I got there around 9 a.m. Oh God. 9 a.m. Wow. And there was no more than 25 people there. The crowd slowly got bigger as the hours passed, but everyone was nice and kind. We even all counted down to the satellite music video and cheered when it was over. Everything was great till about 2 p.m. when the crowd got huge. The people at the front, including me and my friend and a couple girls we befriended around us, were all sitting on the ground. As 2:30 hit, more than 3 hours before the show was scheduled to begin, people started to push and shove their way to the front. We barely had time to gather our things and stand up before, or else we probably would have been trampled. I feel terrible because the garbage bag my friend and I were sitting on was long gone under the people's feet, and due to later events I had no control of, I wasn't able to get it. Okay. After the first wave of pushing and shoving, people kept coming. We were airdropping notes telling people to move back. We were yelling back at the crowd to move back. No one was listening. And eventually, when one security guard and employee from one of the stations that were there came close and we asked them to do something about it, the pushing, they said, "We can't do anything about that. Good luck and try to have fun." Good luck.
Yikes! Yikes! Wow, is yikes. Yeah.
Honestly, they should have had barricades for the first.
That is not okay.
Anyone there before like noon or 2, they
Yeah.
should have been protected. That's
Absolutely.
not fair. They've camped out all day. So
Yeah,
guys,
like these
good
guys,
luck.
but these
Good
guys
luck.
are radio people. They know what a concert is. Like this isn't like
They're
a.
rock radio people. I don't give a shit. Nobody's coming to see their rock bands at the show.
I mean, this
There's,
is
like, maybe,
true,
like,
but
15
just
people.
kind of
Because
weird.
other people are too cool.
They obviously thought that they wouldn't have that many people because, like, how do you not plan ahead for this kind of thing?
Do not underestimate the power of boy band fans.
Fangirls, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
That's when we took to Twitter trying to tweet at the radio station and the crowd to attempt to gain some attention, hoping that the crowd would stop suffocating us. The pushing and shoving kept getting worse, and the crowd kept getting pissy at one another. When Niall came on roughly 45 minutes late, yeah, he was
Yep, he
freaking
was
late.
Yeah.
Thank you.
late.
The bad became worse. I was probably in the 6th row, and I had to hold up my phone watching him through that. 9 a.m. and you got pushed out to the 6th row. That sucks.
Yep.
Okay. After halfway through this first song, people were shoving so bad, I didn't even have the
Space.
I didn't have space to move my arms down from holding up my phone. And when I eventually did, the girl next gave me a death glare. Wow, that's yeah.
Ooh, yikes.
Throughout the day, as everything was getting worse, I felt myself starting to disassociate and get extremely anxious. Then, during the second song, it all came out at once. As I started to have my panic attack, I knew I had to leave. I was full on crying, trying to leave. The girl directly next to my friend and I put her hands and hips flat out and said, "I'm not letting you leave until my sister takes your spot." If it wasn't for some nicer girls around her, I probably wouldn't have gotten out. And the medics, which, by the way, were notified were about the event that morning. Overall, what was supposed to be a fun day turned out into a massive shit show. It was terrible planning and organizing from the station. It was terrible authority and in general from security, and it was a horrible crowd. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I agree as well.
Yeah. Energy 95.3, Fresh 104.3, and Universal Music all need to take responsibility, and they owe us an apology and an explanation. Then saying they weren't expecting more than 100 people was insane.
Seriously?
Come on.
Really?
Here's the thing. You have been fucking advertising this on multiple radio stations for a week.
Yeah.
You've had a contest where people had to enter several times a day.
Yeah.
So people are frenzied about this. And then you're like, oh, just kidding. You also get to.
And Niall also did a video for this event.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Let's read.
Let's finish. Sorry.
Let's finish this.
Okay, they owe us an explanation.
No, it's part of that. Yeah.
Sorry. The Instagram posts advertising the event 5 days prior were getting thousands of likes combined. And once Niall posted it to his 30+ million followers, they should have known better. Avery,
exactly.
1,000% Avery.
Absolutely.
I agree.
So like that is insane. Like who doesn't prep for something like this? Like I know it's a free event. You're like, oh, this will get some publicity. You're advertising it on multiple stations.
Yeah.
You're telling people who haven't seen him
in
years that like, whatever. So it's just crazy. I feel very bad for her.
Yeah, I feel bad too.
So yes. So okay, let's check some other.
Because Toronto shows up regardless of weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I just found a few random tweets. So this one is from the Vanessa Mary. Niall Horan's free show at Sugar Beach was an execution of such ignorance and poor planning.
Yep.
After waiting 7+ hours in the rain, I almost got crushed to death.
Yep.
Had a panic attack, and in the end, didn't even see him.
Yep.
Because there was no crowd control or security. Like that is horrible.
I didn't get to see him either. It sucks.
That's bad.
It's like, it's just so sad that these
Yeah, especially if you're like camping out, like you don't get to see it. That sucks.
Before, and we've had it's crazy. So this person actually had a good experience.
Okay.
Her name is
Dom.
S. So Dom, or their name is Dom. So HESNOSTXLG.
It's
Has not logic. I don't know. Anyway, so it says Niall Horan, Sugar Beach. Memorable moment. Was just standing and talking to new friends, and these 3 girls came up to us and were like, "We saw your merch and we have something for you." I saw one of them had a badge that said media. So the girl who spoke to us gave us all autographed Heartbreak Weather album covers. So some people, so
nice.
She did. So she's happy. She had a good day. So not everyone had a bad day. And here is kind of a video so you can see how big this crowd was.
It was huge.
This is in the pouring rain in the middle of a weekday.
Yeah, there's no way they thought only 100 people would show up. Come on.
That is thousands of people. I don't know how many people that is, but that is for sure thousands of people there.
Yeah. That's not even including the people on the beach you can't see because of the trees.
So that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Because Lydia would have been back
I was behind that one tree.
But Sophia and I were like down off to the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so then next, that's the same one. So here is somebody else was able to get a video. So this is much better than our video.
Yeah.
So kudos to them. So this is One Direction Belgique News. So 1D Belgique News. So it's Niall singing Heaven.
Is that Belgium?
I thought it was Belgium. I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
But yes. So yeah, there's just some more video of how massive this crowd was.
It was crazy.
And it's crazy. So yeah. Here's somebody from inside. So I guess this must have been one of the contest winners.
Okay. Yeah.
So he was able to do like a side one.
Wow.
So this one was an audio one I wanted to kind of play. I wonder if I can.
No,
this is him talking. It's not singing.
Okay.
Okay. So hold on. Let me see. I don't know if it'll tell me if you can hear it. So
she's not gonna hear it.
Your safety is our number one.
Yeah, I can hear it.
And if anyone gets hurt, we're gonna have to pull this thing. So let's
So it's pretty much Niall saying your safety is our number one concern. If anybody gets hurt, we're going to have to pull this thing. So I think there might have actually been somebody getting hurt. So I think that's why they stopped after 2 songs.
Oh,
Okay.
I feel like someone said medical, but it could have just been someone.
The pushing, right? There was a lot
Could
of
have just been the
pushing.
pushing.
Apparently. Yeah.
There
well, but
could-
like this is so stupid. Like, look at this setup. Like,
but
come
like,
on,
look how far he is
from the crowd.
from
It's
the crowd.
ridiculous.
And there's no way. There's no screens outside. There's nothing. So he's a good, what is that, 15, 20 feet away from the crowd? Inside the building.
Inside.
So literally only the people directly in front could see anything. There was nothing. You don't have sound going anywhere. You have nothing. Like, this is ridiculous. This is not. Anyways.
That's not a good planning event.
Yeah.
So I was also looking and okay, so if you think you would like to be in one of these type of events, he's going to be on the Today Show.
Ooh.
He's going to be doing one of those concerts on Friday, June 9th.
Yes.
City concert series.
Yes.
So
The Backstreet Boys usually did one as well.
we've done this. This is a big crowd, but they actually have security there.
Wow.
And it's,
Yes.
in a giant park, and you can see
Because
them,
they
and
do it every
there's-
summer. They know what to expect from these
They-
artists.
So they know there's
Wow.
going to be big crowds and stuff. So if you are in New York City and would like to go, that is June 9th. You can go check that out.
Yes.
It should be free. It usually is.
Stop being so quiet. You're being so quiet today.
I'm sorry. I don't know why my voice is quiet. Okay, so then this is him singing. So we had no idea how many songs he actually sang. So thankfully, again, thanks to the One Direction Belgique news, they had the set list. This set list was not there. So this is what, because I had also talked to Olivia and she said he was supposed to play 5 to 7 songs, but cut it off because of this.
Yeah.
But because of the safety, he just did 3.
3. So the ones that what he was supposed to play was Heaven, which is his other single that just came out. This Town, Black and White, Meltdown, which
This
is his new
town, I think
single,
that's what, yeah, I think
And
yeah,
then-
this town. Yeah.
and then Slow Hands. So what he actually ended up playing was Heaven and This Town, and then it stopped.
Yeah.
And then he played Meltdown was the final one. So
Yeah.
So I guess
And
a
then
lot of-
and then he's like, and then he thanked everyone for the support.
And then, so it says Niall was supposed to sing 5 songs. He only sang 3 because people kept pushing each other and many passed out. And, when you only have 1 ambulance on site,
That's helpful.
and, so.
Yeah.
there you
Okay,
go.
that makes sense. That makes sense why this was such a shit show.
So I feel like he wasn't going to come back after the second song, but they figured there'd probably be a riot. So that's why they let him come back and do Meltdown.
Oh, maybe.
But then after that, there was like, okay, bye. And he
Yeah.
had actually posted himself. I forgot to check. Sorry, he had actually posted about the event.
Yeah, he posted about it. So obviously a lot more people are gonna come because his reach is far and wide.
Yeah. 3. He has his
Sorry,
40
what
million
I
followers.
meant is that after the show, he had actually posted. That was not it. It was a few days back. Okay. So so it says, "Wow, Toronto! Thanks for showing up and showing the amount of love. Wish I could have played a few more songs, but everyone's safety has to come first. I'll be back soon. Love you guys.
Aw.
Heart, Canada flag, heart." So he
That's
did
very
acknowledge.
nice.
So that was on that actual day, like
Yeah.
afterwards. So he was supposed to do more, but poor planning.
Very poor
On
planning.
not on his
Yeah.
behalf,
No,
on the
no.
station.
No, on the station.
So that's kind of just.
Hopefully they learn from this experience and do better.
I don't think
They
will.
won't. They won't. Because
definitely
there's no
won't.
accountability.
Because here it doesn't cost them anything. Even though some people had panic attacks, they weren't seriously injured or anything. So they're like, there's not going to be.
If
any
someone
consequence.
died, then they would have been like, "Oh my god, we did a terrible thing." But they're gonna be like, "Oh, you snowflakes had a panic attack, whatever."
Yeah.
That's
So.
what boomers do. So
If I still
Ugh.
worked for this station, I definitely would have been chatting with people ahead of time, being
Yeah.
like, "Are you sure that you're ready and set up for this stuff?"
Yeah.
Because I don't work there.
yeah.
I do not have that option. The other radio stations ended up doing private enclosed things.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, we have this many contest winners, like 10
Yeah.
people or whatever. So he did perform for other radio stations. You should I'm not sure if it's actually up yet. I believe they filmed it and then they're gonna put it out later.
okay.
So like the iHeart sessions and things like that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so
And he did also meet and greets, and those were late as well.
yes.
We talked about that already.
No.
No.
Oh,
Do you want to talk
yeah.
about that?
I just saw on Twitter that the people who were doing meet and greets at the radio stations was also late getting them because I guess of the interviews. So maybe
I feel like
so.
scheduling
Yes.
is never good in the boy band world, I
No.
feel.
Yes.
But if you're going to say something's happening at a specific time, like there. So, yeah. So, definitely, if they end up doing another one of these in the future, which I highly doubt they will, but if they do, things that they need to think of. A, put a stage outside
Yeah.
so people can see
But
him
like,
from all
okay,
angles.
here's the thing.
But if you can't, because it's raining.
Because I'm like, are you allowed to perform when it's raining? Like, or is that like a safety
as
issue?
long as there's no lightning.
Okay.
I've been to plenty of concerts where there've been things. And then, so you can have to perform outside. If you are still going to perform inside, you need to set up something so that people can hear it or see it.
Yeah, like
so
some monitors.
Project it or something.
Yeah.
Or put some sort of like a TV up, or just literally just put speakers so people can hear.
Yeah.
You're telling me they don't have sound, they don't have waterproof
Sound equipment.
speakers that they can put outside?
They literally have street
Like, I
teams.
understand you don't have enough manpower to watch it and make sure, but then you would put a little barricade around it so it'll be crushed. People are not attacking speakers. You're going to be fine. Second of all, put a little barricaded area for the people who have gotten there early and have camped out. That's not fair that they're getting crushed.
No.
And all this, and you know that people are going to rush, and you know that emotion overwhelms, and they're going to try to get in closer.
Right.
And have more security on site.
Yeah, like one security is not going to help.
Like, plan this better.
Yeah.
If you know how many people entered your contest.
Yeah.
You know how many people are listening. So if maybe 20 people entered, sure. But if you know that you're getting hundreds and thousands of entries, like sure, not everyone's going to show up.
Yeah.
But especially like earlier in the day when you see this shit happening, you're like, contingency plan, better do something. So be better.
If I may.
Yes.
There is the mentality of any publicity is good publicity. So even bad publicity maybe I'm giving them too much credit. Maybe that was their angle. They're like, we'll have such a shit show that everyone's going to talk about it for days. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's a possibility, but it's stupid. You would want everyone to have a good time. But I feel like,
some people did have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, the people were excited to see him. So I'm not saying this was a terrible, terrible experience. He did perform 3 songs. We still had a good time or whatever.
Yeah.
For the most part, kind of. Honestly, I feel like if Sophia and I didn't see him, I would have been like, this has been an entire waste of a day.
Yes. I agree. We would have been like, this is a shit show. We wasted this many hours.
Yeah.
But again, I would like to say, I know there's a lot of talking about, we did not do any massive pushing.
Sorry, it keeps zoning in and out.
We have this thing. We are not pushy people. If there is a space, we'll go there. But we were never like elbowing anyone out of the way. We're just like, it is what it is.
We try to move out of the way so people could go by to get out of the crowd.
We helped people leave. I put my arm out so people could come out the way they want. If they were, I'm like, are you trying to leave? Yes. Hey, this person's trying to leave. Like, we were helping.
I tried to move back so this person can go.
So like Sophia and I were not involved in any sort of pulling or throwing up arms or anything. But I feel like we have been in crowds that are way more pushy than that.
Yeah.
O-Town things on the Backstreet Cruise, the one.
Yes.
My feet have literally left the ground.
I literally was up against like the bar.
Like Howie was walking one way, Nick was walking the other way. The crowd surged. I'm like, I am now in midair, and I'm a fat ass, and this is impressive that the crowd's like stress is like putting me up in the air. And that happened once. So like, yes, it was crowded, but it wasn't not to downplay what they felt like. I've been in way more pushy of a crowd.
Yeah, we're just trying to share that this is like tame compared to what we.
But it was still, and especially.
But obviously, it was still bad.
It is still bad, and if it was anybody's first experience in something like that, I can get it. And obviously, they weren't even pushing that hard when you were having your panic attack. So I get it, and it sucks.
Absolutely, everyone's feelings are valid. And whatever happened, absolutely, it's valid.
And I am so shocked that nobody fell off that rock.
Yeah.
Me too.
Or the trees.
Because it was slippery. There was lots of people. Like, I think the people who were on the rock were like, I'm just holding my spot. But even just fatigue for being there for hours.
Yeah.
you'd think that, oh God, my foot hurts. I'm going to move my foot. Oh, I slipped. And now like everyone comes tumbling off this rock.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Like dominoes?
Well, luckily that did not happen. At least I did not see that happen.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Would have heard more. So thankfully no one was injured. If they were to do this again, I probably would still go. I feel like, because it's kind of an experience. I feel like Lydia would not.
No. I'm over
Sophia, would you go if they did
Of
it?
course, I would try to. An adventure, why not? As long as we don't get hurt.
Yes.
Why not?
And if it's, but I would, if you saw how giant that crowd was with all that rain and with people tweeting in the morning, because a lot of people are like, oh, I was going to come, but now people are tweeting, I don't want to go, whatever. That whole thing would have been full. If it was a sunny day or whatever.
Yeah, if it was a sunny day.
If it was like a sunny Saturday, that place would have been packed.
Yeah,
and it was packed as it was. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the future.
Because Toronto doesn't care, rain or shine.
Yeah.
They will support your artists.
Well, anyways, cool. Kudos to Niall for having that much fans.
Yeah.
So hopefully that is a good indicator that he should come back to Canada and do his tour here.
Yeah.
Yes.
In an actual facility.
Yeah.
That is, set up for these types of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the song is Meltdown. The album,
which I like. It's a nice song.
Yeah, it's a good song. If you have not listened to it, go listen to it. You can kind of hear it. You go listen to it on our YouTube, but he also has a lyric video that has all the lyrics. It's a really good song. And I feel like it's going to be a really good album. So the album is called The Show and it's coming out in June. So make sure you check that out.
It's coming out
in June.
June 9th.
Sorry, it was cutting out. You were cutting out.
Sorry, it's coming out in June. So anyways, if you would like us to review Niall's album when it does come out, feel free to let us know in the comments. And if there is any boy bands you want us to go out on the road and check out, let us know. We will definitely go check it out. So
yes.
Any other
fun times ahead?
You got it. All right, guys. Thanks for taking a break with us.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.